Whether it's a Hornet, a Grasshopper, a Frog, a Tamiya Euro truck, there's so many kits out there with exactly the same process. Hi guys, it's Brett here from Hearns Hobbies, and today I'd like to talk to you about getting your classic Tamiya re-release or any of your Tamiya product up and going. The initial thing when you turn it on, how we set it up, some of the settings we go through, and the ever popular, the TBL02 speed controller. So here we've got a Hornet. Let's have a look, one that we've just put together. So the first thing that we're going to do before we power this Hornet up, it's never been run yet. You can see it's brand new and fresh. We've got to align the servo saver. We'll do a quick wheel alignment on it, and then we'll calibrate the speedo to ensure that we have indeed the correct range of throttle, full throttle, neutral, brake and reverse of course. So the only thing that I've done to this one is put the battery in it, charge the battery up and put it in. So let's have a look. Okay, I'm going to plug the battery in. I'm going to turn on my trusty FlySky transmitter. I'm going to ensure that the throttle trims that we've got here, the throttle and steering trims are all reading 0 or neutral, and that's where we want to start. So first thing I'm going to do now is turn the car on. Now this switch is conveniently underneath. Now you can see here that the wheels are indeed not pointing straight. So I could do that with the steering trim on the controller. I could potentially get it to go nearly straight. However, that trims all the way over to one side. So I'm going to reset it back to 0 on the trim, and we're going to reset the servo saver and get it all nice, straight and true. And for this I've got my trusty Ninesteps toolkit. Fabulous little toolkit for working on these cars. Going to grab my 3.5mm Phillips head screwdriver, and I'm going to go ahead and loosen off the servo saver. Now this one's quite good in the fact that I don't have to pull half the car apart, or indeed anything other than the body, to get at the servo saver. Then I'm going to remove it off of the spline ever so gently without disturbing it too much. Recenter the servo saver the best I can. There we go. And you can see there, because the mold line's pretty much in the middle of the cast and the servo. Then I'm going to go ahead and do up the servo saver screw. And we can do all this while the radio gear's on, and that will apply pressure to the motor and save it moving. So now in fact our steering trim is going straight, and you can see in fact that the wheels are central, and we've got equal balance left and right. The next thing I'm going to go ahead and do is give a quick wheel alignment, and by that you can see how the front wheel's pointing into a toe-in state. So for that I'm just going to wind these steering rods in. Now there's nothing too complicated on these. We don't have a precision setup station like what we have for the on-road racing cars or anything like that, but we can go ahead, we'll adjust that one, get a couple turns here. I'm winding it in to shorten the length and get the wheels pointing straight as we can. Okay, a few turns here, and you can see already that that's a marked improvement on in fact how straight the wheels are looking. Now we just need to probably move the trim just a fraction, like so. Now we have a beautiful steering balance, and the wheels are nice and straight. The next adjustment that we've got on here is the draw rate. Now this is the amount of travel that we're going to have. You can see we'll put that all the way to 100, and you can see in fact that it's too much. It's loading up the servo saver here, so we're going to back it down a bit. So we're in fact not overloading the servo, but we are reaching maximum left and right, and that's exactly what we've got. So not only is it now even, straight, and we're getting maximum steering. Now the next thing that we're going to go on to is setting up the ESC or the speed controller, and for that the manual is contained within each Tamiya kit, and each one that comes with this Tamiya speed controller. But I'm going to run through the basic premise They can be a little bit complicated and in fact very hard to get done first time around. And don't feel bad. Don't worry even if it takes 10 times to get it right. They're just one of these things. So the first thing we're going to do is going to turn the speed controller, turn the car on, and we're going to hold down the set button here on the speed controller, and then we've got to wait for a combination of lights. So it's going to go green, orange, red, then we're going to release it, and then at that point we're going to push it again and hold it down until it goes red, and then that will put it in calibration mode, at which point we have to go full throttle and then full brake, and then that should be it done. So let's see if we can get it done. So push the button in and then turn the car on. It's really hard to see. Again, get it to go green, orange, green, red. Now it's in calibration mode. The LED is blinking away. So at that point we'll go to full throttle. We push the set button again. Then it's going to do a double blink. Boom, boom. Then we're going to hit full brake or reverse. Now the light's gone off. Now it should be as simple as turning the speed controller off and on again. And we should in fact have no, it hasn't caught it properly. So I've managed to get forward, neutral, but indeed I've got no brake. So let's try that again. Like I said, this can take a couple times to get right, so don't worry if you don't get it right first time. It's quite a job. Okay, hold the button on. We're going to go through the flashes again. Red, release. Going to hold it down again. Release. Now it's blinking. Going to go full throttle and set. Double blink and set. And let's see how we're going. This time it's perfect. So we've got neutral, we've got throttle up to full throttle, and then of course we've got backwards reverse. So that is how you set up your Tamiya speed controller. And the good thing is that these are in 90% of Tamiya kits. Yeah, so whether it's a Hornet, a Grasshopper, a Frog, a Tamiya Euro truck, there's so many kits out there with exactly the same process, and they're really good. They come with the kit 540 motor. They're a really good little package. They can be super reliable. The hardest thing about them is probably setup, but now that that's set up, we'll never have to go into those adjustments again, unless of course we get a new transmitter or radio set. Yeah, and that's perfect. And that is how you finish off your Tamiya kit. My name's Brett. Thanks for watching.